Hi, I thought there might be some mediators out there who are in the midst of trying to figure out how to continue mediating with the pandemic that's happening. And so I thought I'd tell you a little bit about my experience with doing online mediation. I think it is a very viable option and probably a necessary option in these times. And probably the first question you are trying to figure out is which platform to use. I've had good luck with Zoom. I'm aware that there are many other options. I've also played a little bit with Skype and also with GoToMeeting and then also with Google Hangouts. All of them are functional. I'll talk mostly about Zoom because that's the one I've used the most. I suspect that the other platforms also allow some of the kind of essential technical features that you'll want to have. One thing that's easy with Zoom, I know, is to send out invitations by email to the participants in the mediation, and those invitations give some pretty user-friendly instructions for how to either download the software necessary, if necessary, or how to log right into the meeting. And Zoom has been very easy for the people I've worked with to use, regardless of whether they were using Mac or PC or even their smartphones. Another technical feature that has been easy with Zoom has been to put people into separate breakout rooms. So say one party and their lawyer want to talk privately, or you want to talk privately to one side or the other. The platforms allow for that to happen pretty easily, and they also provide a feature for the parties in the separate room to let you know when they're ready to come back with a chat feature, with a typed chat option. So the platform that you use, whether it's Zoom or any of the others, tend to have very thorough tutorials available online, so you can get your technical questions answered directly about the platform you use through the platform. Other questions that people have about online mediation: one is it as effective as face-to-face mediation? And I'd say not quite. But I'd say it's certainly better than nothing, and it's better than just a phone call. Having the chance to see each other, I believe, enhances people's ability to trust each other more, if appropriate, decrease the hostility if they're ready, and, of course, do some face-to-face efficient problem solving, and or talk hard to each other, play hardball. Tell each other how strongly they feel. All of that can be accomplished through video conference. And how you behave as a mediator, I'd say, really is essentially going to be the same as how you would behave face-to-face. In the approach that I use, there's a lot of reflecting what I hear people saying, and a lot of summarizing what I hear being the entire conversation, and a lot of providing support for people as they have these difficult conversations. So I believe that doing it online is entirely a viable option. I will include a link in the description of this video to a virtual mediation that I did that was set up by Giuseppe Leone in Honolulu, and you'll see that we did that mediation by Skype. And one of the things that comes up at the start of that mediation is that I tell each party, this is what it looks like when I'm looking at you, and this is what it looks like when I'm looking at you. That made sense to me at the time as a way to help them know who I was looking at. Not that they needed to know that necessarily, but in case they wanted to know that. Another choice, as you can see I'm kind of doing with you all here, is to look into the lens of your camera. And if you have parties and you would have a video image of those parties talking to you, I think under those circumstances it makes more sense to actually look at the party because you're really trying to listen to them. However, if you're talking to the entire group, it might not be crazy to go ahead and look in the lens. If you have any experience on camera acting or being a journalist, you're familiar with this phenomenon of trying to look at the camera because that gives the sense to the other viewers that you're looking at them. And so not only do you look into the camera, you try to actually look a little bit past the camera. I'll be curious to see how this looks when I look at the replay. But, I'm looking a little bit past the camera, into it, and I'm visualizing the people I'm talking to. And it hopefully gives the sense that I'm really connected. It's a little bit of an illusion, and so another viable choice would be to not even mess around with that and to look around at the images of the people. Very personal choice. If you have any other questions that you think I might be able to answer, I'd be happy to. You can post them in the comments below. Thanks. Good luck.